success so bad, money so bad that it drives you into insanity to the point where you start having mental and emotional meltdowns, going into panic attacks because you feel like you're doing every single thing that you can every single second of every single day, and you are a good person, and you do love God, and you are grateful for your health, and you're grateful for your family, and you're happy with everything that you have, and you feel you're totally happy, and you help people. But you might ask, when is the money gonna come? I remember feeling and thinking these thoughts, and to the point where I would pace around in front of our one-bedroom and our two-bedroom apartment in front of my wife, having panic attacks with my hands shaking, feeling like so unworthy that I was going into insanity. But there's a rule. No matter what you feel, you never break a code of ethics. You never break integrity. You don't ever do anything to get money that's not legal, moral, ethical, and all those good things, right? I mean, all those things, especially spiritually. So you must do it by creating real value, creating real services, and it has to be good for you, good for others, good for everybody involved, and good for the world, right? So, um, so you must never be tempted to cut corners. It's a golden rule. You cannot cut corners, period. Until death and beyond. Okay, so that's a given. But what I'm saying is, when is the money gonna come? Well, I can't promise you anything. But what I can say is I can tell you my experience. So, I've learned a lot. I've been all over the country. I have mentors and people that have... My dog is snoring very loud. Okay. I've been all over the country, and I have read 475 books. Out of all my friends, I'm one of the least financially successful because all my friends are deca-millionaires and multi-hundred millionaires. I have these crazy successful friends. And what I've learned is that if you chase things for money, just for money's sake, you might actually get the money, but you might end up miserable because you're doing something that you hate just for money. But there's a workaround. If you do something or chase something consciously, and you know why you're doing it, and it creates value, it's a good thing, but you're doing it consciously, and you're aware that you're doing it for money, and you're setting up a structure that creates a cash flow without all these emotional attachments, then you can make money. So there's a saying, you'll have all those things when those things no longer matter. When you finally let go of your deep emotional needy attachments, because the neediness pushes money away. So, where I'm at specifically is, I have a couple businesses. They make money, and I'm nowhere near where I'm going to be, but I purposely, intentionally stopped my financial growth because when I felt that it was becoming unaligned with my purpose, it was a really hard decision to do, and I did it consciously. I saw my life playing out, and I saw if I took on more responsibility, more bills, more business, more opportunities, more liabilities, more payments, upgraded my lifestyle, I could be making way more money right now and living a way nicer home, we could drive nicer cars, we could have all types of crap. And I don't even know if I'd be alive, because it's so far outside of my purpose to shortcut the process and put the cart before the horse just to get money and lifestyle. You totally miss the mark. So I consciously stopped my business financial evolution just for money's sake, so I could dive deeper into my purpose for purpose sake. And it's been a very hard road, and it's been highly rewarding for other people. I have very close people to me and people that are complete strangers that reach out to me often, and they leave me emails and text messages, or they tell me in person that my words and my presence has deeply impacted the quality of their lives. And I have helped, I don't take any credit, but they say that I have helped them get through very dark times, that I've been a guiding light for them. Only Christ can be the guiding light. But I would not be able to be there and fulfill my purpose as a facilitator, as a super connector, if I was just taking the cookie and shoving it in my mouth. Right? Because with my skills and with what I know and who I know, I can make a lot of money, and I could take the whole pie and just shove it in my mouth. And that's terrifying. Alright, now back to you. I can't make you any promises, but if you keep trying and learning and pushing and growing and focusing and getting rid of distractions and learning, if you're in a business, like I have a landscaping business, if you get a sales process down and you learn marketing and you do all the things to make yourself more professional and presentable, and you learn all the best practices and you really go for it, there's a secret I learned, and this is a tough thing, because you have to do it before the results come. If you jump in with faith and 100% commitment, even before you have the results, I'm just making this up. Let's say you have a landscaping business and you want to get into building luxury outdoor living spaces, and you're going to start by building patios. You're terrified to build a patio, but you go in, you make the investment, you take some online courses, you go to some masterminds, you go to some classes, you get around some experts, and you start out and you say, that's it, we're doing this. Do you feel that? We're doing it. Oh, we're doing it. And you jump in and you build your first patio. Could be for a customer, could be for your grandma. And you do a great job, and then you keep adding and adding and learning, and you eat your mistakes because you're committed. You saw the end and you're like, we're doing this. Your commitment creates it's a tangible feeling and vibration that other people pick up on. It's a confidence, it's a courage, it's bravery. And when it's authentic and it's real, authenticity I believe is part of your purpose. You'll start landing the jobs. And if you do all the right things, like take the before and after pictures and do testimonials from customers and get videos and footage, and you know what I'm saying. It's a lot of hard work. There will come a day, probably even like this summer, where you make the most money you've ever made in a month in your entire life. And then you say, wow, I have all this money. But then you know what you have to do with it. You gotta go buy equipment. And then you gotta maybe legitimize your business. Maybe, I'm not talking too much about business here, but this is a structure. Maybe you have a house or somewhere you live and you're running your business out of your house, and you have grown men coming in and out of your driveway in your neighborhood. When your wife or your family is home, and they're like, who are these strangers coming to our personal residence? You gotta go now get a shop. What's that gonna be? 4, 5, 10 grand a month? Now you gotta take on more work to pay for this shop. But then you realize, your employees, they have to be W-2 with workers' comp and payroll taxes. But you don't have time to do that, so now you have to get payroll and hire an office manager. Now you got to get on more work. Now you don't have enough work, and now you have to learn marketing while managing the guys. You have to start spending money on advertising, but you can't because you're leading the crew. Now you start spending time away from your family and now your family's mad at you, but then the jobs are failing. Now you're being ripped in half, right? But that's just the beginning. Because now everything you invested in starts breaking down, and now you need a mechanic. Now you need more. Now you need more work to fill that void. Now you have to grow your way out of it. Oh, now it's tax time, but you haven't gotten a good night's sleep. Maybe your dog is throwing up all night all over the place, so you got an employee not showing up because you found out he's got issues. Everybody's got issues. Now their issues are your issues, and you got to keep it all in with a smile. Because if you show your weakness, you're going to pay for that. So you better keep it in and smile, and you better not show the weakness to your wife. Because now you're bringing it home and dumping it on her. Now you're going to pay for that. Oh, you want lots more money? You're going to pay for it. Oh, now you find yourself pulling into a Walmart parking lot at 3 p.m. so you can lay across the seat of your messy truck so you can catch a nap in the middle of the day. But you can't because you look and you have 16 missed phone calls and your voicemail inbox is full, and Mrs. Jones is really pissed off because one of the guys, something messed up on the property. Now you gotta run over there and fix it. Oh, you're gonna be late for dinner? You can't be late for dinner. And there's a funeral now. Now you're crying at a funeral because somebody you love passed away and you have to hold it in, but now your dog is sick. Now you're doing all this while running, but you gotta launch another crew. Wait, your office manager is calling. And this is gonna go on and on and on, and the only way is to grow your way out of it. So you want more money? Yeah? If you read the book, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, he has a conversation with Satan, and he says, because the devil doesn't want you to become successful and fulfill your purpose. He comes to kill. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He said, yeah, but what if I outsmart the devil and I do become really successful and make a bunch of money? The devil said, oh, then I'll open up the gates of abundance and I will pour so much abundance on that man that it will force him into drifting and committing sin. It'll force him into chaos. It'll be too much opportunity. He won't even know what to do with it. You better be very careful when you say you want a lot of money. Is it driving you insane yet? So, when I was super aware of this stuff from painful, not mistakes, but lessons that I've seen other people go through, and little tiny lessons of just like, mostly in thought. But when I finally started making chunks of money, or like I was able to get out of debt and buy a house and get safe, dependable vehicles and get stuff taken care of and be able to have a comfy mattress and a nice a freaking bedroom set for our bedrooms that have, instead of like stuff we got from the thrift store. When my wife and I got married, our dressers were Tupperware with drawers. I was pulling Tupperware stuff out of the garbage. It was all dirty with like stickers all over it and shit. I'm like, this is where I'm gonna put my clothes. We're poor, we're broke. So when you finally get money, you get rid of those 15-year-old couches that have pee stains all over them, and you throw them out in the garbage, and you go buy some respectable couches. Right? You actually can get some some plates and some silverware, and you can stop eating off the dollar menu and get some healthy food. So anyways, you do the right things with the money, and by reading all the books, this book, I've been reading the Bible every single night before I fall asleep, and I will tonight, for like 9 months. I have to read at least one page, and I'm in the book of Ecclesiasticus again. I'm also 3/4 way through this book right now, called the Ragamuffin Gospel. That's deep. And I've also started on audiobook David Goggins. I've read, reading both of his books. I've already read the one I've read, and I counted it, and I've read 477 books. Yeah. And so that's the amazing thing, is reading books. Or if you don't have time, you can listen. You can just, if you want to read a book, you just make it a must. You say, that's it. I'm not allowed to go to sleep unless I read at least one page every night. I don't care how tired I am, just one page. And sometimes you'll read 2, 3, 4, or 5 pages. Before you know it, a couple weeks go by, you've read an entire book, my friend. You make it a must, just like you say, I'm not allowed to go to sleep until I've done at least 10 push-ups. 10 push-ups. You're a wuss. 10 push-ups. It's about consistency. If you read the book Atomic Habits, sometimes you'll say, you know what, man, I'm pumped. I'm going to do 50. I'll do 150. But I got to do at least 10. So you build these consistent, healthy habits. Tomorrow morning when I wake up, the first thing I do every single Friday finances. I'm doing that consistency since 2016. Every Tuesday night, I do date night with my wife. We've done like 400 consecutive date nights. We don't miss date night. Every night we ate dinner at the dinner table together. And we're not allowed to look at our phones at the dinner table. There's other stuff too, but so success is habits, and there's also seasons. Listen to this. So the year that I made the most amount of money was also a good year. It was a great season. Everybody was making money. So it's easy to be a genius when everybody's making money. But here's the habit. Every single day, it's like doing reps, like working out. You have to pitch at least once, or at least 3 or 5 times, or you must make 10 cold calls, or you must send 5 proposals a day to property managers, or you must go on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, and you must make 1 piece of content per day, per platform, even if it's just a short or just a post. Now, if it's an absolute must, you can get all that done in 15 minutes. You can literally take out your phone on a job site and videotape yourself and be like, yo, we're on this job site right now, and we're making this whole property look amazing. Keith with Kelfus Landscaping in Sterling Heights. We've done work for 5,000 clients. We have 250 positive 5-star reviews on Facebook and Google. We're a licensed and insured 5-star agency, and we work within a 6-mile radius of lakeside area. And if you need tree trimming, shaping, thinning, pruning, sculpting, elevating, property maintenance, you need us to rip out and demo and reinstall garden beds. We can plant X, Y, Z. We can do this. We need fresh mulch. Our whole property maintenance package starts at $2,500. That's about the average price, and we can come out and give you a free quote and then get you on the schedule. Click the link below in the description. It'll take you to our Google Maps where you can see proof that we have all these testimonials, that we are who we say we are. We do this full time, and we take pride in our work, and I'll be there personally. Again, thank you so much. How long did that take? A minute or 2? Upload that to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat. You're like, why would I upload it to all these? Because they're authority sites have a huge SEO rating and tie it all back to your website. At the bottom of your website when you have all little social icons, those are important. I'm not here to give a marketing course. What I'm saying is that if marketing your business is a must, you say, that's it. We're going to invest 5% of gross annual revenue into marketing. So if you do, 100 grand in a year, what's 5%? 5 grand. What's that? What's that, 400 a month? No, I'm sorry. My brain ain't working right now. It's about 400. Yeah, about four to $500 a month. You must spend. That's not even a lot of money. People spend 40 to 50,000 a month in marketing and advertising. But you just pick a number and force yourself to. How would you do that? You might open up a separate checking account attached to your business account and put the money in there, so it must be spent on marketing and advertising. You'd be like, wow, I got $400 this month. Well, let's go get some nice embroidered hats and shirts and hoodies. Give them to the employees. Let's get some nice business cards designed and some door hangers. Let's do a social media branding package makeover so we have consistent branding. Then the next month, you'd be like, let's learn about Google or Facebook ads and spend a few $100 on ads and see how we do. Let's get bandit signs and put them everywhere. And maybe we should track that and see how many leads it brings. And I got an idea. Let's hire a sales coach or take a selling course and because we want to make more money, and we'll develop a script of how we talk to when we close clients and a presentation of how we communicate with these clients. And then I got an idea. Let's create SOPs, standard operating procedures for how we perform a job. Let's make a list of tools that we need for each service and how we perform them in which sequential order so that I can teach it to employees. Let's create an employee training system. You don't have one? Go get one. We have a 4-step employee training system. Wow, this could get exciting. So if I have these simple MVS, minimum viable systems in place, I could go out and sell and close jobs with confidence and higher ticket jobs, and I can make more money. And if we do it efficiently at the right prices and we know our numbers inside and out, I know my cost of goods sold, my admin, my marketing, administration, production, and sales. I know all my costs. Then I know what my profit margins are. So you can find a sweet spot in your business. You say, you know what, I like this where I'm at. Let's just keep pushing hard right here for the rest of the year. And then at the end of the year, after you pay your taxes, which you should pay quarterly, you might be like, you know what, I want to create a winter savings account. And then starting first thing in the spring, you just hustle like crazy and you put money away constantly. A percentage of everything goes into a winter savings account. Now when the winter comes for the first time in your life, it might be optional. Now the goal is, what if I could get by the entire winter without even dipping in or even touching a penny of the winter savings account? So then you hustle even harder all winter long, or you hustle smarter. And then you pre-sell jobs in the fall that you just roll right into in the spring. You don't have to hustle in the feast or famine mode against all the low ballers. You already sold high-ticket jobs in the fall. You start them in the spring. You take care of and you garner more clients and you nurture it like a farmer. You plant seeds with a shotgun. Then with a small system like that, you can pay off debt, pay off credit cards, save money, and get to a point where you can finally breathe. And you can learn all this from YouTube, books, online courses, coaching, consultants. And then when you finally make money, what do? Do you shove the cookie in your mouth? Or do you reinvest it into your health, into getting better sleep, into your family, into education? to become the best, highest level performer that you can possibly be. This is about longevity. My very wise friend told me about the spirit of mammon. It's an evil spirit that convinces you that money and materialistic things are the answer to your happiness and fulfillment. And it'll get you caught up in an endless loop of chasing shiny stuff. And its whole point is to get you to miss the mark of what God's will in your life is. And when you identify that spirit, you go, spirit of mammon. Then you look at the shiny BMW or the Range Rover or the $100,000 truck, and then you look and you realize for the first time, I don't even care about the person driving that truck. Just like the person who's watching you drive the truck won't care about you, but who's going to be making the payment? You. Oh, wait. With $100,000, I could get like 5 $20,000 trucks. Or I could get like 4 $15,000 trucks that run great. And I can buy tools and I can grow my business. Or I could drive around in a $100,000 truck that nobody cares about. You start making smarter financial decisions. And then there's one more thing I want to warn you about. I don't even know if I should go here, but while we're being authentic, you know what happens when you finally make enough money to where you've pushed the saber-toothed tiger back that's chomping away at your bottom line, and you can finally breathe, and you have some financial aptitude, and you can catch up on some sleep and actually go, whoa, who am I? Who do I want to be? What do I want to do with my life? I've spent the last 15 years running for my life. Am I okay? When you finally feel safe, that's when all the crap comes up to the surface that you've been pushing down. Family stuff, personal stuff, your whole life, anything. Now all that stuff comes to the surface, and now you have to deal with it because you ain't dealt with it. Because you ain't had the time to deal with it because you were too busy running for your life. And then if you deal with all that stuff, that's when you can truly, you can do it now, but that's when that's when you're really evolving in a profound way. Then imagine going and making your money. What would you do with the money? Who would you be? A completely different person than somebody who just chased a whole bunch of money. I honor you, I respect you, I care about you. I don't even know you, but I love you. It's all you.